the mighty Mogwai there. What I think would be a suitable introduction to our guests tonight who are here is Chiyoda Ku, who are in the studio. How are you doing?
Hello.
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Mogwai Summer there. The first thing I ever heard of theirs, and it proved to be a bit of a sort of a lifelong love, really, of that band. And they will be on stage in up in Tyneside as part of the Six Music Festival, but don't switch over to that yet. I think they're due on at 9 o'clock, but don't switch over to them. Stay tuned to us, because you're gonna hear some much better music. Trust me, even though I love Mogwai, I also love Chiyoda Ku dearly. So we're gonna we're gonna play some brand new tunes as well.
Yeah.
Yo.
You have a new EP coming out.
We do. It's new.
Yeah,
which is good,
and it's an EP.
It's an EP.
Yeah,
so that's why we called it a new EP.
Yeah.
Mainly.
What's it called, though? What's the
called
proper...
Not Listening.
Yeah.
Mainly because most people don't really want to listen to it.
Nah, they will. They will. You wait till we play some. We've played something off this before, and we will be playing more off it later on and in future weeks. But Radio Devon have finally realised you exist as well, haven't they? They've been in the last few months. They've been playing you as well. So that must be nice, though, to get some play by them. And James is very enthusiastic about you every time he plays you.
James Santa.
Yeah,
nice guy. Really cool dude.
Yeah, when he plays some, I listen to that show avidly to kind of sort of pinch stuff from him that I can play on this show. And but I like to think, we were here for you guys before.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's just he's just been really nice to us, really.
Good.
He's
extremely supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he comes. I mean, it must be difficult doing his job, because I only do this every 2 weeks, and we play plenty of other stuff other than just local music. But I always think it must be tough for him to have to play constantly and be enthusiastic about everything. I mean, but he genuinely seems to be enthusiastic about everything he plays, and even very much so about you guys. So that's good. But it's just taking him a while to get there, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought straight through. As soon as we did the first one, he was extremely supported from the start up until now, even more and more as we sort of, he puts little clips online, sort of listen to them, and we're like, this guy wants a date.
Yeah. The relationship's getting that good, is it? Okay. But how was the session you did for Radio Devon?
Great.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
there's talk of another one.
Okay,
a little bit better.
That's good.
Bigger and better.
Yeah,
always bigger.
Yeah, because that's something we haven't been able to offer you here as yet, is a full live session. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah, we in April there will be a band playing in the Sound Gallery who are someone is going to tell me how to do it eventually. That they'll be in there and I'll be broadcasting it from in here. So there are ways and means. So we'll perhaps do that at some point. That would be great.
Yeah.
So how it was. I was listening back to the I don't often do this because I don't like listening to myself back on after I've done these shows, but I was listening to the interview from last time. It was last March when you were obviously plugging the previous EP. So nearly a year on, and it was quite intriguing, sort of picking out bits that I couldn't help but quote back to you tonight, because about how, when I was asking what it was like to have that EP out, and I was obviously saying how your music to the untrained ear seemed very complicated. I mean, it is extremely clever and all the rest of it, but you actually said how you even though you just recorded that, you wanted to up your game for the next one and make it even more complicated. Do you think you've achieved that with this one?
I think we realised that, I think back then, and we still are very not kind of still learning quite a lot.
Okay, yeah.
So we've still got to break our teeth a lot. I think that we haven't gone for complicated because I think just being complicated isn't that interesting at all. You can watch it, I don't know, if you watch on YouTube, drummers play crazy stuff, you just find yourself watching a minute and then clicking to the next thing.
Right.
You've got to kind of try and find that little nice raw feel and stuff that you can connect. Try and write something that's connecting instead of just making people
Be like, that's in 5/8. And all
Yeah,
that,
but like, yeah, man, that's a 5/8. That bit there, they're using this pedal for that, man. It's really, really cool. I'd prefer to just try and write more, and I think we've done it with this one. Is be a bit more honest with ourselves instead of just try and impress like the eggheads of music.
Yeah.
Really, that's what I feel.
You don't want any geeky fans.
Yeah, we don't want to be you don't want to be labelled a like, oh, this is a math rock band. These guys are playing this song and this song's in this time signature. You want to be like, I don't know, these guys are just what they are. No, that's it. Like,
well, I think that scene is perhaps it's been like back in the 90s, a sort of shoegaze scene where you've got what's deemed to be a very sort of po-faced and serious and geeky sort of genre of music that you don't necessarily want to be pigeonholed with, and I guess if you when I say sort of complicated music, I like the fact that it chops and changes within the same song. I don't think anyone's going to listen to it and sort of turn off out of lack of interest because there's always something different coming along, soon after. But no, I understand that you don't want to be you don't want to be taking it, or you don't want people to take it too seriously, do you? You want to enjoy it, but you also want people to listen and be impressed and not
it's just
get
getting
off.
that feeling we get from playing through the song. You get really excited by it, and we just want people to feel that excitement. Just kind of nod their head to it, but be confused when they're nodding their head to it. It's quite fun. It's always funny watching people. I always do it. I always try and nod my head to it.
Just when they think they've got the tempo, and tapping the foot, and then it's changed.
Then, that's always fun.
No, I think that must be very satisfying. Up in the stage, people sort of nudging each other,
kind of jabby and stuff. It's kind of fun and stuff, but it's not. But then it's kind of doing it for the sake of the track, not to be.
Of course.
I don't know, like kind of not to be weird.
No,
I think
no, you don't want to sort of alienate
and
people.
That's like coming back to your thing, saying like a year ago we would have probably I can imagine us saying that, trying to
You're older and wiser now, and not
we're older but not wiser.
So how was the sort of writing process different this time? Because obviously when you were here a year ago and promoting the Bread and Circuses EP, there was just the two of you, and
it's better than I think.
And
don't enjoy it now.
Now we're just in it for the money.
But so Charlie and Toby, you've been joined by Callum on bass, and how was the approach to writing? Because I think last time you were telling me how you jam, you improvise, and a song will emerge from that. So was that a similar experience this time round?
Kind of. What generally happens is it's pretty much the same. Have a riff, jam it. Callum moans about it.
I was about to say be nice.
He has a little moan.
Could you see this coming? Could you?
Maybe a little sulk.
I see.
And then it does. To be fair, it helps.
I feel the opposite, really. Let me just
let's hear your side of this. I feel like turn their mics down, and
these
you can
two sulk. I sort of pick them up.
I see. Okay, so you're holding this entire band together at the moment, are you? Okay.
I'm a social worker.
You're the shoulder to cry on the the Valium in the band there to pick everyone up.
But I don't think it's changed much. We kind of just
that's good.
We'll have an idea for a song, we'll just record it, and then the next practice we'll listen to it and go, that was really bad, why did we do that? That's okay, let's hold on to that, and then and then we'll just kind of sit in silence for a second and then go, okay, maybe we should try this idea, and then argue, and then sulk, and then eat some pesto pasta. We like a lot of cheese on ours. Me and Charlie are quite cheesy guys. We go for the
Big
cheese.
on the cheese.
And Callum here will eat.
Here we go.
He'll just have pasta by itself.
Really?
Plain pasta. It's kind of weird like that.
Okay.
It's,
at least it means there's more cheese for you too.
Yeah, there is more cheese for us, but like, I mean, I just want Callum to be part of the cheese thing.
Okay.
He has a bit of pesto now and then, but it's
but back to your question.
I'm more intrigued by the cheese side of things now. Any particular favourite cheeses, varieties?
I just like mature cheddar.
Mature cheddar, because why anything different?
There's all the beautiful French cheeses and some.
Have you ever tried to grate brie? You can't do it.
No.
It's got to be grateable.
Have you ever tried apple smoked cheddar?
Give me gas.
That's a very good one. Good. Nice and creamy.
Give me the burps.
Talking of cheese, Callum is wearing a shirt. You won't be able to see it if anyone's listening to it.
You might be able to. It's pretty vibrant.
So he's wearing a shirt at the moment. It kind of looks like a rhubarb crumble.
So yeah,
I think it looks like a
Relating to
bruised
cheese.
something bruised, bruised pear maybe. That's what it looks like.
Like to dress like a dessert as much as I can.
I can see that next gig. It'll be coming on in various costumes based around your favourite food item.
Yeah.
So be a couple of mature cheddars and a bruised pear on stage.
That's right. That's exactly right.
They told me they were going to do this before they came on as well. By the way,
it's turning into a bullying session here. I don't know.
yeah.
This is the practice. This is alright.
This is still an initiation.
You don't know, but we've written like
process,
5
is it?
songs now already, just by arguing and shouting at each other.
Yeah. So when I think it was a surprise to me when I came and watched you guys play and saw Callum play, and it was back at the Revelry with Schuffester and Broken Oak Duet. And I don't think I'd been aware that you joined, but it was brilliant experience to see you play as a 3-piece. So when you, I don't know whether you were playing any newer material back then. I mean, it's probably a few months ago now. But did you start the writing process sort of straight away?
First, that was about 3 weeks in. I'd say close to a month. Yeah,
okay.
That was just sort of learning the songs. These two went through a bit of a process of just sort of being like, it's this and that. Like some of the songs and stuff were a bit. So that most of that first month was that just learning the original sort of tracks that they had and stuff.
Yeah,
but got into it fairly quickly, I think.
And did you have to? I mean, was it being written for just the 2 instruments, guitar and drums? Was it difficult to bring in the bass and embellish those songs? Was that quite a straightforward process?
Yeah, I don't know how these guys feel. But I think it's just like sort of helping hand. Really, it's just an extra bit. They can be like, this can be played on the bass as well as I can play this on guitar as well as before. It may have been a bit limited. I don't know what these guys think about that.
It really brought all the old songs. It just added a new colour into it.
Yeah,
it was all,
it's that third dimension.
The other thing
I said on the night.
The other thing as well is like it'd be awesome to just like write the songs again with a whole different array of instruments.
Okay.
Like it's not like the song's finished. That's it. Like you got bands like Entourage from Afar and stuff that have the whole orchestra with them. Yeah, that's insane. Like if you could do something like that, it's huge. Like, because it's like writing a song isn't going to be like it's just a finished thing now. That's how it is.
Yeah, it's never really finished, is it? You always do.
Yeah, and people always say like, "Oh, you're going to get a singer and stuff." It's like we didn't when we were a 2-piece. It's like, "Oh, we didn't." People say, "Oh, you need a bassist," or "Oh, you're going to get a bassist." It's like, we were like, "Oh, maybe." It doesn't matter. So,
I can imagine you would get those comments as an instrumental 2-piece. Yeah, then people just want to add stuff onto you, and then we just figured it out. Like, maybe we want a bassist. Maybe should we try it out? And then it kind of works, and now it does work now. And then right, no, it certainly does work.
And the writing process and stuff helped, and because we were dried up.
It helped. It did help in that respect then, and bringing in new ideas and all of the rest of it. So that was a good thing for the band. You reminded me of something that, again, I listened to it back today since the first time, probably since last March. But I don't think I asked the question, but the subject of a lack of bassists came up, and I think you were talking about it in the context of playing. I think I must have asked you about festivals, and you actually commented that playing to an outdoor crowd.
I remember this. Yeah.
That's the only time at that point that you'd thought about a bassist, because it lacked perhaps the sort of extra oomph you needed to play in an outdoor space. It's obviously fine down the cavern, but that was mentioned at least last time.
Yeah, I remember that.
We did actually have an example of that, just probably like a second gig maybe with Callum. Was down on the quay for this festival. We had down on the quay, and it actually went really well. I was a little bit scared because I didn't like the idea of playing outside. It's not.
You during that interview last March, you mentioned that gig, so it's quite interesting. Then between talking about it, and you then did get you had the gig, but then you got the bassist and did the gig, and the gig went well. So
it was actually really good.
One of the best ones, I'd say, still to date. One of my favourites.
Yeah,
anyway.
It was one of the favourites because I was really just like. It was kind of like the stage was like we were just like, this isn't quite what we thought it would be.
The organisation wasn't the best. We just thought it was going to be a bit rubbish.
Yeah, it turned out to be really fun. Really, really cool gig.
Yeah, I couldn't make that day, but I was aware of it happening. So I'm glad it went well. So if I should have asked you this off air, but if you brought a CD copy of the EP, or shall I play something off
We have not brought one.
That's okay. That's okay. What I'll do is I'll play a quick tune, and I will bring up the link you sent to me of the EP, and I shall play something next from it.
Smooth.
But I wasn't quite organised enough to do that in advance of you coming in. I thought you might bring a CD, but that's fine. That's fine. What I would do is I would play something again, not exactly in line with what you do, but it's something a bit out there, some Frank Zappa, and this is a track called Dancing Fool, and we'll be back with Chiyoda Ku straight after this.
Goodbye.
Some of their music.
Your place or mine.
Yes.
That's the end of that song. I was watching the numbers carefully there, because that album just goes track into track into track. So, and as it's Frank Zappa, you can't leave it going too long before something perhaps non-broadcastable will crop up. So I cut that a bit, or try to get that right on the nose with the timings. But yeah, we now have some Chiyoda Ku stuff up on the screen in front of me. The private playlist, no less. So yeah, the EP is called Not Listening. When are you going to make it downloadable and public and available to all and sundry to listen to?
It's been released on the 6th of March.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think
it's going to be good.
That enthusiasm just comes shining through there. No, that's cool. No, that's funny enough. Next time we're on air, so we'll make sure we play another track that night for sure. And you're doing an EP launch gig, but it's in Bristol.
In Bristol. You say that as if it's a bad thing.
No,
it's in Bristol.
Being in Bristol is great, and I know many people that have moved from here to Bristol for the music scene because it is so good up there. But I can't help feel you're shunning us slightly in Exeter with your big EP launch, and it's not happening in your hometown.
Yeah.
It's alright, you don't have to sort of justify yourselves to me. I was just I know you are playing a gig in Exeter, so
the problem I think with it was that we've got this gig on the 25th of March with Go Penguin, and we didn't want to play a gig before that or after it.
I see.
It's kind of awkward, so we thought, I mean, we could say the Go Penguin gig is it's kind of like an EP launch in Exeter. We could always do one in 6 months' time in Exeter. Here's the launch again.
Yeah, that's it. The relaunch.
The relaunch, that's right.
Well, I mean, I'm only sort of pulling your legs about not doing the official sort of EP launch gig here, but I mean that's another good gig that you've got upstairs here at the Phoenix with Go Penguin. I mean,
awesome.
Really, it's like that's a really cool. I can't believe we got that. Like Go Penguin, that's so good, and it's just one of those bands that. You kind of, because Callum told me about them before, and just was like, "Oh, do you check out this amazing band?" And we listened to it. I was like, "Yeah, man, this is really good." And then you said that, that they're playing in Exeter, and so we were like, oh, "Christ, just get a support slot on that." And somehow we got that. So that's
because you've and it's not about being jammy, but you've done really well with getting some good support slots. On that stage, haven't you? Because I mean, the Phoenix here in Exeter is a great building with lots going on in it, and they do have like new band showcase nights where bands can come and play on the big stage up there. But inevitably, you're not necessarily playing to a big crowd. But you guys have done so well because you had the support slot with public service broadcasting where the first time I came across you, and then with like 65 Days of Static, and you've got that kind of instant crowd, haven't you? You're not sort of necessarily sort of there hoping people to turn up, because at a gig like that, at a venue like this, you're going to get a good audience. So that'll be a good night.
Hopefully. I mean, it's really pumped about it. Listening to them loads.
Right.
Really, really good. I strongly suggest them to everyone.
Yeah, I must confess I want to come to that gig, and I'm sure I will be at that gig, because otherwise I'm not going to get the chance to see you live again. I'm not going to get to any other gigs on this tour, which we'll talk about in just a moment. But I want to come and see you guys, but if you're recommending them as well, then naturally I'll stick around and see them too. So
definitely.
Okay.
If not, just go to see those guys. Buy a ticket from us, but see them.
No, I'm dying to see you live again, because I've only seen you the once with Callum. Funny enough, I think I've seen you
the first gig of us as well. So it's very different. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, let's have a listen to what you sound like as a three-piece. I don't know whether we'll have time to play all 4 tracks, but we have played Neat Houses Huddled Around Dead End Streets on the show before, so I'm going to skip straight to the second track, and this is Philosophy of Linguistics off the Not Listening EP. Is there anything you want to tell us about this track?
This is the first live viewing of this track.
Okay, this might be the first play it gets on air. So if you're listening to us live and get in contact, tell us what you think. But this is the mighty Chiyoda Ku, and every last second there of the mighty Chiyoda Ku. Track number 2 on Philosophy of Linguistics from the new EP, Not Listening, and awesome stuff. I'm glad we were able to give that an airing. Absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed that.
Cool, thank you.
Nice.
What was I going to ask you about it? My stumbling over that just threw me completely. The something that I thought was lacking from this new EP, that I liked so much about the first EP, is the lack of melodica. I have to admit that's slightly tainted.
There is one that sneaks in.
There's a bit,
Is there?
on the third track at the end.
Very subtle.
Very subtle. The melodica always finds its way in.
I'm glad to hear it.
Don't you worry.
That's what it says on the box of the melodica. It always sneaks its way in.
As I wake up in the night, I'm just playing it.
Right. Okay.
It's really bad.
No, I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah, don't worry. There's melodica on there.
That should be a game. Like, find the melodica in this song.
Yeah. There was some in that one actually.
There
wasn't. No.
I'd like to think I got an ear
played on melodica.
Yeah.
So, but so it'll be going on tour with you then, will it?
Yes, it will be. It will have its own special place.
I'm glad to hear it.
Songs.
I'm glad to hear it. Because I was thinking that was what was lacking, because there's about the same amount of sort of vocal input on this EP than there was in the last one, because you got that great shout in that song and previously there was the little counting in on the last track on the last EP, and that was, again, the keeping your vocal input to a minimum on each EP. I like that. Not completely instrumental, you can tell people from now on, but
that's all to say.
Yeah, but without having to write any lyrics or anything like that. The tour then, so you're going out around the this is your first time sort of actually doing consecutive gigs in other places?
I'd say so. It's like our first time of actually, how many days is it?
It's 5 days.
5 days.
Okay.
Cool. 5 days away from home.
And
making a sack.
And have you been to any of those venues before, either to visit or play, or is this all going to be like new experiences?
Played obviously the Exeter one's the first one. We've played Nottingham before, which is always really good, and the other ones it's going to be quite interesting. I think we've got a gig in Liverpool in a pizza bar, which is going to be pretty interesting. Obviously the Nottingham one is like a fruit and veg warehouse thing.
Is it? Right, okay.
And there's one in Lincoln which is in a gay bar.
Is it? Okay.
So
it's going to be an interesting tour,
this. Nice cultural thing for us. Yeah. Get Callum out and about. Experience the world.
Wheel him out in his bruised pear shirt. And
before we drop this, about 5 minutes ago.
Sorry, it always comes back to picking on you, doesn't it? I apologise for that. But you're not going out alone, are you? You're going on tour with another band.
I'm very good friends.
And in my sort of homework for tonight, I didn't get as far as listening to Memory of Elephants.
That's a shame.
But I will do. And but tell me about them. How come you've sort of cooked up with them for this tour? Obviously, you like the music, but how did actually logistically you get these dates together with them?
They came down to Exeter to play a gig with us, which is kind of alright. It wasn't the best gig, but then we all went to the pub afterwards and Toby got extremely drunk. And I think we were pretty drunk, and it was just like, we should just go on tour. Alright.
Was that before or after I hit that pole?
Yeah,
my
Toby
face.
hit a pole with the face.
My knee. Really painful. I remember that being really hurting. It's just funny. Yeah, they're like the first band we kind of watched, and we were like, someone else is doing that sort of thing we want to be doing. So we just thought
so it made sense for you to actually play together and go around as a double header tour or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you going to sort of alternate nights, or are you officially headlining that tour? Or
I think it will turn out like that. I think it will be like why not really?
It doesn't really matter. Yeah.
No,
fairly laid back, aren't we?
There's no egos that are like, we want to be on last.
No.
It doesn't really.
And how did who did the sort of organising of booking venues and making sure dates all sort of worked?
Yeah, it was all me, really, apart from obviously the Phoenix one upstairs, which is Toby.
Thank you very much. I'll take that one.
All the rest I just kind of relentlessly emailed people. It's mostly people, like a lot of them are just people who are also in bands and they put on gigs.
Sure.
And they've seen us and we've played with them and they like us. So like,
okay. Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. No, it'd be good to get around the country and take the noise to the people. Good stuff. And most importantly, how are you travelling? Have you got like the two bands in a big sort of sleek bus? Or
we've each got a van. We've got a little van.
Okay.
And they've got a big van which just makes ours look so small.
We got a big van, it's just theirs is like a bit too tall.
Big. Is it?
Too big.
Oh, okay. Right.
You're like Charlie over here. Too tall for his own good, really.
So you're going to fit in your van all right?
Yeah, there's 3 seats in the front. It's really squished, but
it'll be interesting.
No.
On the third night, when we're all sort of sat there like...
we're playing, we're doing the Go-Go Penguin, and then the day after we're playing in Liverpool, so that's right. I don't know how long that drive is.
Good 5-6 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be a fair trip.
Trek. Yeah. That's in a pizza bar, and I think we're getting free pizza. So
well, you should hope so. You bloody well hope so. You played a pizza bar, you want your pick of that, don't you? Really?
That's how it works.
You picked a good venue there. Was that picked on the sound quality, the people? Was it just purely based on the fact there's a pizza place?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's quite a popular venue for the sort of music. Maguire's Pizza Bar.
Okay.
It's quite a sort of... A lot of bands that we've played with before have played there and stuff. Well, that's important. Quite renowned up around the area, anyway.
That is important, isn't it? I mean, you want to be playing somewhere where there's going to be an interested crowd. That's good. Yeah,
definitely.
Good stuff. And so, Memory of Elephants. I should check out then.
I'm surprised you haven't actually, because they've played both years of Arctangent, which of course you've been to.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So it's odd that you've.
I don't know how I've
missed them.
No, I know. It's one of those things that a lot of bands playing on stages at the same time and everything.
It's a shame, isn't it?
And I never do end up doing the amount of homework I should in terms of listening to people in advance and then going and checking them out. But have you had any sort of sniff from them this year in terms of sort of
Arctangent? We've had, if you believe everything you read on Facebook, then James Scarlett is his name, the guy who runs Arctangent, is supposedly coming to our EP launch in Bristol.
Right, okay.
So basically, we're on. We got it.
Yeah, so I mean,
you'll be a shoo-in. You'll be a shoo-in once he sees you.
Tequila.
Yeah, no, that's just a perfect sort of outlet, I think.
That'd be really cool. That'd be like, it's like everyone wants to play that festival.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of sort of competition in that, but I mean, there's no reason why you guys can be on there. That's going to be a perfect place for you. And have you got any other outdoor festivals, anything lined up, or apart from beyond this tour into the summer, any other live stuff?
We're hoping the thing James Santa, I mean, nothing's promised yet, but he seems quite sort of hopeful with it, that he's going to sort of put us forward in this sort of, he sort of picks a handful of bands out of his sort of section of the introducing thing for the BBC. He's going to put us forward for it and put a good word in. So hopefully, whether it's the Glastonbury stage or the Reading one, any would be amazing.
Oh, of course, It'd
be great for us and stuff.
No, definitely. Well, let's you want lots of people to listen to the EP, download the EP, and come see you live and keep spreading the word, because I mean, I'd say it's a long time, sadly, since I've seen you live, but I just have very, very happy memories of doing so. So, I'm looking forward to seeing you upstairs and for the Exeter gig. So, 25th of March, was that?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, supporting Go-Go
It's
Penguin.
exactly the same date as 65 Days of Static as well. That was 25th.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So the 25th of March next year, we're going to be headlining up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way.
Playing with Foo Fighters or something.
Yeah. Perfect. Right. Well, I think I should play another tune off the EP and basically say thank you very much for coming in and giving us the opportunity to play it.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah. No, very welcome. And I should say as my sort of parting thing is that at least when you do organise the next tour, you've got to get a Wellington date in.
Wellington.
You've got to get.
Yeah.
Wellington. We talked about Wellington a lot last time, and it reminded me how that town is still lacking a decent live music scene, and you've got to get back.
It's lacking most things.
It is, yeah.
Oxygen being one.
I still have to go up there to work every day, which is why I was at the forefront of my mind. I know.
Get out of that place.
I will endeavour to. Do you need anyone to sell T-shirts for you? Maybe I'll come join you on the road. Do you have any merchandise for the tour? Any?
We'll have CDs.
Yeah, we got.
We'll have 2 CDs on sale. Actually, we'll have the Bread on Circuses and this Not Listening thing.
Cool.
Yeah. So that'd be good. We were thinking about T-shirts and stuff, but
no tea towels, lighters, nothing out of the ordinary. Frisbees, sort of.
Frisbees would be cool.
Ping pong balls.
Ping pong balls, yeah.
You've got a month to work on it.
If we could somehow get paint that you paint and then it just says our name when you paint on a wall. Yeah.
Well, you've got a month,
We'll work on it.
Yeah. Let's see what we can do for you there. Right. Well, I'm going to say thank you again for coming in, and I'm going to play the track, the last track on the EP, which. It has been perhaps the most interesting to listen to out of the 4 because it was one that you did with 65 Days of Static and then put up online as a live sample, didn't you, of that gig. So this is the final track from the Not Listening EP, and this is a track which has been given the full recorded treatment, and this is called It's Good But You Can't Dance to It. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
See you again soon. Enjoy the tour. Cheers. Short but sweet. It's Good But You Can't Dance to It, the final track on the new EP, which will be available very soon. If you go to what's best, right, they're still here, so let's let them do the hard sell.
We're back.
You're back. People can find you on Twitter, Facebook, all the usual things, but where will they be to get the EP when it's eventually out there for the masses?
If you live in Exeter, come to Go Penguin.
Toby's house. He lives.
My house. I'm not going to tell you where it is.
It's on Bandcamp. You can pre-order it on Bandcamp. Pre-order the digital, pre-order physical copy. It's chiyoda-ku.bandcamp.com.
Cool.
Probably good. And then Facebook, just type in the old name.
I always feel like I need to spell it out. CHIYODA, and I see there's that bass again that was frightening us earlier. I know. I'm gonna have to go.
Transformers or something.
I can't wait till 10 o'clock so we can go and have a rave. I remember sort of quizzing you on the correct pronunciation of the name as well, whether it's Chi or Chi, but I don't think you're
not that fast.
No, you
can say whatever you like.
I'm glad in the last year you haven't got pressured about that, so that's good. Right, well, as it was a nice short track and we still have a few minutes left, I'm going to play the track which I believe is available to listen to now on the Bandcamp. So this is the opening track, and it's one that we played on the show before. We shall certainly play it again. I'm going to say goodbye again, and this is the opening track then from the new EP, and this is called Neat Houses Huddled Around Dead End Streets.